Hello, and a good morning, good afternoon, and a very good evening to you all, the good and wonderful people of the true POTT today, who are Grant, and always one your world. Hello there, everybody. Today's video tube, little bit of a road trip to pick up a thing. I'm not going to say too much because you need to see it, really, because words don't really describe it. But today is a mini road trip to pick up a Fender amp. Like you've never seen before. And like I've never seen before. And I'm confused by it. Which is why I had to have it. So come along, people of YouTube. Let's go and get this weird thing. Honestly. Do you like my passenger, people of the tube? His name's Bonesy. He's a really good passenger because he doesn't backseat drive, side seat drive. He keeps his mouth shut. Doesn't question your abilities to drive. He just sits there, calm as anything, looking out at this point in time a brick wall. But he will have nicer view once we get out into the country. So, are you ready, Bonesy? Let's go. This is what I mean by view for Bonesy, people of the tube. As you can see, over Lincolnshire, very overcast, grey day today, though. Yeah. That field there that's been ploughed, there was a crop circle there at one point. It was amazing, really, really cool. The only problem is, you could see where the people who did it went in and came back out. So they didn't really think too heavily about that. It was a bit silly, really. But you know, what can you do? Stupid never sleeps, as me dad says. Anyway, almost down into the valley. Into the valley. Yeah, I don't know what's wrong with me today, apart from I'm not quite awake yet, but that's okay. It's very early in the morning. So there, people of the tube, is Alford Grammar School, and I did a gig there many, many moons ago now. It probably been about 2003 it would have been, played there, because the drummer in the band I was in, my first ever band, went to school there, and the school put on like this local band night thing, and we were one of the bands. And I just remember about that gig, like at the time I had my Carlsbro combo, my GLX 100, I had my Epiphone Les Paul, Squire Strat. I did actually have my black Fender, but it was actually being repaired. Well, repaired, story for another time. Yeah, I had my black Fender, but I didn't have it at the gig, and I was using my Epiphone Les Paul and my Sunburst Squire, my second ever guitar. Me and my brother went halves on. Technically not mine, it's ours. Anyway, we did a gig there, and I had like a little pedal board with some bits and pieces on there. Every other band that played that night had like Gibsons and Ibanez and Fender and Marshalls, and you know, it was like, and PRS. And I felt massively intimidated by the fact there I was, my little Epiphone and my Squire and my little Carlsbro combo, which actually at the time I was running my Carlsbro combo and my PV Rage on top of it together, because you know, my McCready ran more than one amp. I thought it was cool. Anyway, I just felt really intimidated by all these people, like with their Gibsons and Ibanez's and Fenders and all that stuff. And yeah, I'm sure a lot of us have been there. I'm sure that was great filming, by the way. I just realised where I'm pointing. Anyway, onwards to this weirdo amp, which again, you know, I get more
turn right onto Millsby Road.
I get. Oh wow, it's a bit dark, isn't it? I didn't realise that footage might have been really dark. Anyway, I didn't have the screen flipped. Anyway, before I was interrupted by Doris the sat-nav there. Yeah, it's funny how, like, you know, like I spent quite a few of those early gigs being intimidated by people with, like, you know, really expensive gear. And yeah,
quarter of a mile, turn right onto Thirlby Road, B1449.
I know she's just doing a job, but it is annoying sometimes, especially when you're trying to talk. Anyway, but yeah, it's funny really, because like there was nothing to be intimidated by, absolutely nothing to be intimidated by whatsoever, and there never is. There never is. It's just it's a thing that we, I don't know, it's just something we all need to not worry about. Anyway, onwards. Just got to the place, people, that you were buying this weirdo amp from, and nobody's about. Wow, look how overexposed I am. Yeah, there's no one here. There's literally no one here. There's no way in. It's actually a pub I'm buying it from, actually, and it's shut till 2 o'clock, and it is at this point in time 10:30. So a bit confused. I've messaged the people I'm supposed to be buying it off, but hopefully they're around, or hopefully I'll see the message at some point. I've driven out here for absolutely no reason, especially not because I really, really want this thing as well. That's really annoying. Wish they'd give me a phone number. They never did. People never do. Anyway, I'll keep you updated. Annoying. I'm gonna put tube. I got it. I've got the amp, and I don't think I was quite prepared for it. In person, it's even weirder. Anyway, it's gonna drive home now. Next thing you'll see is the big reveal through the tube. So, yeah. What the hell is this thing? What is it? Okay, are you ready for this, people of the tube? The big reveal of what I have bought today. Does need a bit of cleaning, does need a bit of TLC, but I think first things first is we'll plug it in and see if it works. Anyway, are you ready? 5, 4, brace yourselves. 3, 2, 1. Come in a bit closer, people of the tube. You need to see this. I'll just be quiet for a sec, let it sink in. Okay, so yeah, this is a Fender amp called the Fender Combo that's made in England. Has 2 tape decks, a channel for a microphone, another microphone, a keyboard, and a guitar, reverb with a foot switch, and then another channel for another keyboard and another guitar. Then it has a channel for the tape decks. You got volumes for each and EQ, and a master volume over there. What the hell is this thing? And has anyone ever seen anything quite like it in their life? Because I really haven't. I'm guessing this is Fender's idea of a karaoke machine. I think. You know, we've got 2 tape decks so you can copy tapes as well, which I think is really, really cool. For people who remember how to do that. Basically, you know, you could duplicate a tape by recording one. Anyway, if you're there, you'll know what I mean. This thing has seen better days. It definitely needs a clean peel tube. It's a bit ratty. But I think first things first, we need to plug into it, don't we, and see if it works. So, oh, it's already on. There you go. Power on. I honestly don't know what to expect here, peel tube. When was the last thing this was actually used? Who knows? Judging by these inputs, a long time ago. So, let's plug that in there into the guitar input. This might just blow up. I don't know. It might just set on fire. I don't know. Who knows? Anything could happen in the next 5 minutes. People of the tube, as they say. So, okay. So, I don't know how this works. I literally don't know how this works. So we're in this channel. I'll just turn everything to 12 o'clock and then turn the master up. Does it do anything? No, it doesn't. It's alive. Kind of. Do any of these inputs work? It's not a good start, is it? Unless I'm actually doing something really randomly wrong. Oh, hang on. That works. The reverb I don't think does. I think this is a bit of a bust, people tube, but that's okay. Wow, I don't even know what's happening here. It's making some rare old noises. What is it actually doing? I don't know. So that channel works. I mean, you gotta love it. Reverb doesn't work. Reverb doesn't do anything. I'm just gonna stand here. What is happening with this thing? It's actually bizarre. I think... Well, A, I think it's knackered. Let's do that again. Oh, I didn't do it that time. Do the tape machines work? They do! Well, that one does. What about this one? Does that even go? Oh, they both work! Wow, there is tape in here. I wonder what this was. Anyway. Shut up. Oh my god. I'm sure loads of people are like, why did you even buy this thing, Dave? That noise alone makes me happy. Anyway, what I'm going to do, Pooch, I'm going to take it apart and just see if I can clean it up a bit internally and see if we can get it doing something. And I'll be back. But what the hell is this thing, anyway, in the first place? Bless it. It looks like it's had a very hard life. Being at a pub, can you imagine what happened to this thing? Anyway, I'll be back, Pooch. I'm going to clean it. I'm going to spend some time cleaning this up. I'm going to take the back panel off. I'll show you inside the back panel as well. And, yeah, I'll be back if I can get it to work. If not, I'll be back to tell you it doesn't work. At which point, it's just a curio. You know what I mean? I don't even care if it doesn't work. It's a proper little, like... What's that again? Anyway, back in a sec. Hello with the tube. So here we are back with the Fender combo tape deck thing from some period of time. I don't know. Anyway, I've cleaned it all up. I've had it apart. I've looked inside it. It's nearly dead, is what I would say. Most of it doesn't work. When I picked this up this morning, I wasn't filled with a great deal of... confidence when they took me around the back of the pub into a shed and there it was. So I was a bit like, Anyway, that aside, I'll tell you about what works and what doesn't work in a second. So, but I still love it. And do I regret buying it? Not even slightly. Even if I never play through it again, I'll just play through it occasionally because it's basically dead. It's very much on life support. Even if I never play through it again, I still love it. It's still really cool, and we're going to try a few things in a sec with it. Anyway, one thing that blew me away is both tape decks work really well. There's me. And on this side you can adjust the speed. And also the pitch. The really funny thing is as well, you gotta kind of hold it, because it's a bit knackered. But I love it, I love the wonky nature of it. I don't know what's next on this tape. Anyway, something. On the other side, this one is literally not stereo. This is literally just mono, so basically all you get is one side of things. just me talking, that one. But if I run it back a bit, are we going to be nice? Are we going to play happy here? Yeah, there we go. So basically all you've got is one side of the recording on that side. This is stereo, that isn't. Anyway, that aside, I really like the fact that both tape decks work. That makes me very happy. I like the fact that it's all distorted and wonky donkey and all over the chip shop. You can EQ it as well here. You've got volumes for, like, you know, each tape deck, and you've got an EQ as well, bass and treble. I figured out actually this amp doesn't have a built-in reverb. When I took it apart, I was like, there's no reverb tank or anything in here. And what made me think was, I looked at the front here, it says reverb depth, and it says FSW REV. So foot switch with reverb, which means this thing doesn't have a reverb in it. It maybe came with a foot switch, which was basically a reverb pedal, but it doesn't have it in it. I mean, trying to track down that pedal, you'd have more chance finding the holy grail, people of the tube. I'm pretty sure of it. So it doesn't have a reverb. So let's go through what doesn't work before I show you what does. So this channel here, with keyboard input, guitar input, it's basically like a second channel. It's just got volume, bass and treble. Doesn't work at all. Not completely dead, but might as well be. So that's dead. Tape speed works. Tape volumes work. Tape EQ works. Master volume works. I'm talking about things that are dead here, Dave. Anyway, most of the dead stuff is here. So volume 2 doesn't work. Dead as a dodo. Bass might as well not work. I'll show you what it does. Treble works until you turn it up, and it gets a bit weird. But the treble dial does work just about. Guitar input 2 doesn't work. Keyboard input 1 doesn't work. Mic input 2 doesn't work. Mic input 1 does work. And actually sounds quite fun. I'm going to plug a guitar in a sec. So basically a lot of this thing is dead as a dodo. There's screws missing. The inside was home to some very, very, very large spiders. I'm sure there's people like in Australia watching it going, really? Anyway, but there were some very large spiders for the UK living inside this thing. 4 in total. And there was a lot of, offspring, shall we say, in there, that I had to evict, basically. Anyway, so there I got I cleaned it all out. I cleaned all the pots with Servasol, cleaned it all out. That's my phone ringing. That's always good timing. Cleaned it all up and did what I could with it. It's totally beyond my ability now to fix this thing, to get it working 100%, and it's not worth it, in my opinion, POTT. I love it. I don't regret buying it. It's so cool to have it, but I'm not paying to get it fixed. I'm not doing that. It is how it is now. It's how it's going to be, and it's just bonkers. I literally have I don't know what these things are. Like I said, it's a Fender licensed product, but it's made in England, made in London by Arbiter. I don't get it. I mean, I'm guessing it's a karaoke machine, is what I'm thinking. You know, it's a 50 watt amp. I found out it's 50 watt, people too, and my God, is it loud? It's loud as hell. Oh, and here's some pictures of the inside, so you can see the speaker. I've actually rotated the picture of the speaker so you can actually read what it says on it, and some of the the guts of this thing. There's not much to it, to be perfectly honest with you. Huge heatsink plate on the left side, but yeah, there's not much to it really. The speaker's just a Taiwanese thing. I think it's nothing special. It's a little 12-inch speaker, or is it 10-inch? I think it might be 10 actually. I don't actually know. And again, it's just a weird thing. When it popped up on Marketplace, and I was just like, what the hell is that? Surely that's like some weird Argos karaoke machine that somebody's just stuck a Fender logo on it. But then you see Fender Combo there, and then I looked online and saw one other, and I was like, no, these things are real. These things are actually real. I don't get it. People with a tube, do you know anything about these things? Because I don't. I've never seen one. I would hazard to say I'll never see another one in my life. Anyway, what we're going to do now, people with tubes, is I'm going to plug the guitar back in and show you input 1. Mic input 1, actually. It's probably going to peak the camera, so I'm probably going to have to mess with levels here. But this thing's loud. And again, I suppose being like a karaoke machine, which is basically what it is, you know, it is pretty, as you can hear, it's not healthy. I'm just going to put you a bit out of the way, PewTube, just in case it decides to blow up or something. Anyway. Let me turn the volume down quick. Still too loud. So, that noise does go away when you turn the volume down. It's a bit gnarly. So, I'll get me a bit closer now because you won't be able to hear me otherwise. So, what I'm going to do now, I'm going to show you what the bass dial. I would say what the bass dial does, but this is what it doesn't do. So, bass is all turned all the way down. If we turn it up, this happens. So, that's... Yeah, I'm struggling to actually speak, people, because I don't actually understand anything that I'm doing today. Anyway, what I'm going to do now, I'm going to plug my pedal board through it. Because why not? Let's see what happens there. Whether it works with pedals, I don't know. I mean, I've got the channel 1 volume absolutely flat out to get it to distort like that. When it's clean, it's actually quite a nice clip. I mean, I like it. It's gnarly, it's in your face and kind of horrid, but I quite like it. So I'm going to turn that all the way down, and I'm going to put pedal board into it and see if anything happens, because I'm curious. So I'll be back in a sec here with you. Okay, we're back with the Fender combo and my pedal board plugged in now. So you know what? That sounds good. Immediately peaks the camera. Okay, I'm just going to alter the level on the camera so you can actually hear it turned up a bit, because that's really quiet. But I'll tell you what. I'll take it. I will take that. I mean, I'm a bit stunned by that, actually. Let me just turn the volume down on this camera so we can turn the amp up a bit. Anyway, ViewerTube, that aside, bag it, I'll take it. It works. You know, I mean, that sounded great. You know, again, this is that argument that I always have of people saying, like, you know, like relying on amps to get your sound. If I turn up to a gig with my pedal board and this was the only amp there was, I'm happy. Because it's, again, as long as it does clean, it doesn't matter. Anyway, that's another video for another time and another place and, you know, another couple of 100 years. I don't know what I'm on about anymore, people. I'm lost my mind. Yeah, I really don't know. What do you think? Come back in, YouTube. There's no danger now because I've turned it down. But yeah. What do you think to the Fender combo with tape decks and multiple inputs, and it keeps making weird noises at me? Listen to this. That is not a well amplifier, but the fact that it still sounds, you know, it's still usable. It's still usable. Sound with a pedal board, I'm happy with that. That sounded really good. I mean, did it sound as good as my Orange or my Marshall or my Katanas? No, but I enjoyed it nonetheless. And it's got something about it. I don't know what it is. I really enjoyed plugging straight into it and just diming this channel 1, the only channel that works. And just hearing that really barky distortion it's got is really cool. I love that it's got tape decks as well. I mean, they're absolutely knackered. I mean, look at the state of them. But it's really cool. Another thing as well is I don't know if you can record what you're playing as you're playing it. I don't know if you can record and it records. I'm pretty sure it's just playback. I couldn't see anything inside that would make me think that it's like a recording amp as well. I literally think these are there to act as backing tracks, which is bonkers really, because the tape decks don't go loud enough to play. In all fairness, I don't know what this is, and I've struggled this entire video to find the right words. I just don't know what it is. I honestly do not know what this thing is and why it exists. And the fact that it's a Fender product, but it's made in England by Arbiter in London, is really weird. I don't know, you tell me. Anyway, will you see this amp again on the channel? I don't know. Possibly. You never know. I might just go mental one day and just like, this would be the only amp I ever use. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Let me know if you've ever seen one of these things. Let me know if you had one of these things. When are they from? I'm guessing 90s. You know, I'm guessing kind of like, you know, mid 90s. But I really don't know. Let me know what you thought. Anyway, if you like the channel, like what I do here with weird things like this, which I'm always on the lookout. If anything weird like this, I invariably want to buy. Coming back to that thing I was saying earlier in the video where I was talking about being at a gig and just having like an Epiphone Les Paul, a Carlsberg amp and a Squier and like, you know, very tiny pedal board and nothing expensive, and feeling really intimidated by the other guys who had like Gibsons and Fender and Ibanez and Marshall. There's never anything to really be intimidated by with that kind of thing. It really isn't. I mean, it's lovely to have them and it's cool to have, but I get as much pleasure out of trying to understand what the hell this is for as I do one of these things. You know, one of the amps behind me. Like, this is a weird little curio thing that I have no idea why it exists. But I'm really happy I have it. And I don't regret buying it for one bit. I'm glad it's all clean now as well. Like, when I got it, it was just gross. It was, again, like I say, it'd been kept in a shed outside. So no wonder it's a bit manky. Anyway, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, YouTube. Have you ever even seen one of these things before? You know. I don't know. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Goodbye now. I hope you enjoyed this vid on the Fender combo. Goodbye now.